Welcome back to the Grand Slam channel. Got an early video covering Saturday's slate. We got special 3 NFL games throughout the day. We also have almost a full slate of NBA, 9 NBA games. This video will be covering 5 props for the NFL slate and 5 for the NBA slate as well. I am working throughout the night. I did post my 2-man for day 1 of the Latter Day Challenge. I did post that on my Discord, Instagram, and Twitter already. You guys can check that out. If you're interested in the Discord, the link is in the description below. But let's get started on today's slate. Let's head on over to NFL. And we got 2 important games. We got the Chargers and Broncos. They need to win their games to get closer to a playoff spot. They're both in the hunt. Right now, they're tied for that 6th spot. Obviously, only one of those teams can make it in. The Chargers and Broncos are in the hunt. So I'm going to focus on that game, mostly on my slips. But I will mention a couple props for the other games as well. I do also want to mention about the Bengals. The Bengals need to win out as well, get help. But the Bengals have been playing great. They've been on a hot streak, which brings me to my first prop, and that is Joe Burrow. I'm going to stay with the hot hand. I'm going to go with Joe Burrow. Passing yards and fantasy score are my top 2 plays for him. Be taking his fantasy score. He's been averaging in the mid-20s. Going against the Broncos, it's going to be a tough matchup. The Broncos need to win as well. I think this is going to be a competitive game. But I think Joe Burrow should do his thing and outdo Bo Nix, which he is a rookie, and give the edge to Burrow. Next one I'm going to be going with is Marvin Mims. And I'm going to be taking his receiving yards at 25.5. He's been averaging in the 50s. Unhidden target for Bo Nix. Not a known name in the NFL yet, but he is a sneaky target for Bo Nix. They got good communication, good routes. Marvin Mims has been getting plenty of receptions. So I'm going to be targeting his receiving yards at 25.5. But this is a good one if you want to take a demon. 39.5 is in play, or you can take his 29.5, which is a regular prop. It's probably a higher payout. Let's check it out to 2.75. 29 brings it up to 275. So technically it's the same thing. Might be a glitch on Price Picks ends. Take the lower prop, obviously. 25.5. Next one is Austin Hopper. Tight end for the New England Patriots. Receiving yards, I actually like his demon at 29.5. I think he's going to go well over 30 yards. He averages about 2-3 receptions, but he does get quite a yardage when he does get a catch. So I'll be taking his demon at 29.5. Next up is James Conner. Overall, he's been playing great ball. Receiving, rushing, he's gone well over 100 yards in the past couple of games. Rushing yards is a popular play. I see this getting increased to over 60. But overall, I'm going to be taking either his fantasy score, but most likely I'll be taking his rush and receiving yards. Fantasy score is also in play. He can get in the end zone. And last one I want to be taking is Ladd McConkey. Obviously, the Chargers need a win as well. They need a desperate win. Obviously, I think they're going to money line. If you're taking money line, I do have the Chargers beating the Patriots. As far as the Bengals and the Broncos, it's up in the air. So I'm going to stay away from that as far as money line. But the Chargers should beat the Patriots, and I expect Ladd McConkey to have a good game, close to 100 yards. You can take his Gobby and play it safe at 59.5, but I think McConkey should have a good game. And that rounds up my top 5. Obviously, you can target a couple more of the receivers for the Bengals. Obviously, Jamar Chase is in play. Same thing with T. Higgins. These two are definitely in play. But given it might be a defensive game, I think Jamar Chase might be a good one for under. I'm just going to completely avoid it. Hard to take under on Jamar Chase when he can go off over 100 yards. But T. Higgins is a good one if you want to take his Gobby. And one sneaky play that I'd like to mention is Andre at 26.5. That might be a sneaky play. But that rounds up my top 5 for the NFL slate. A little bit from each game. But target on the Bengals and the Broncos game, and target any Chargers. Those will be your three teams to keep an eye out. Let's head on over to NBA. Let's clear the board. First one is Bilal Coulibaly. PRA, I already took that on my day one of the Latter Day Challenge. Points and rebounds just got bumped. This was at 19.5. It just got bumped to 20.5. So I got some good value on the PRA. This is going to get bumped to 24.5 closer to game time. Once his fantasy score gets posted, take his fantasy score. Fantasy score and PRA are the top priorities for Bilal. He's been on a hot streak, has a hot hand for the Wizards. Next up is Shai Alexander. And pretty much everything is in play. I just took his PRA at 40.5. It just got bumped to 41.5. It's probably going to get bumped further. Points and assists, points and rebounds in play. Same thing with his points. I would like his points if you can lower the line at 29.5. You can probably get it lower on other platforms. Fantasy score is also in play. Luckily, I secured the value of 40.5. Next one is Malik Monk. And usually I don't take turnovers as one of my props, but Malik Monk's turnovers, hard to pass up. He is at 2.5. Going against the Lakers, he had 5 last time out. He averages about 3 turnovers a game. Last 2 times against the Lakers, 5 turnovers. So we're getting value right now at 2.5. It's probably going to be taken off the board or bumped up to 3.5. But I think I'm projected to get 4 turnovers against the Lakers. So I'm going to be taking that turnover prop for Malik Monk. Next one is De'Aaron Fox. He always plays very, very well against the Lakers. Usually scores 30 points. PRA usually is over at 40. I got it on Sleeper at 30. I did lower the line on Sleeper. But PRA is in play. Points is in play. If you want to take his Gabi at 34.5, it's definitely another good shot. And fantasy score is also in play. Obviously, I'm doing this video overnight, early morning in the hour right now, so fantasy scores are not posted yet. But Fox is definitely in play. And my last one is LaMelo Ball. Unfortunately, the prop that I want for him is not posted yet, which is his rebounds and assists. Right now, I believe on Sleeper you can get it at 12.5. Once it gets posted on PrizePicks, it's probably going to be at 12.5 or 13. Take it. That is my primary option for PrizePicks. But I was able to get it on Sleeper at 12.5. Fantasy score is also in play. But once it gets posted, RA, take his rebounds and assists for LaMelo Ball. That's my priority for him on PrizePicks. And that rounds up my top picks for the NBA slate. Other darts I like to mention is Giannis. His points is too inflated. It's been bumped. It was at 30, all the way to 31.5. Giannis, Trae Young's in play. Obviously, LaMelo. Damian Lillard is coming off of a game he did not play. He hasn't played in almost 2 weeks, a week and a half actually. But Damian Lillard could be in play. And that rounds up my top picks. So mix and match with the NFL slate. We got plenty of value going on overnight. So mix and match. Hopefully you guys get these in. Hopefully they're not too bumped by the time you see this video. Other than that, enjoy your weekend. Have a great day and see you guys in the next one.